cambios dan miedo, pero también son emocionantes.
Well, hello, it's Gonzalo from Encantada in Spain. How are you?
Hi, Gonzalo. How are you?
Fine, thank you very much. It's such an honor being here with you. Okay, let's go. This has to be so fast, but well, before asking you about Desencantada, I want to ask you about another of the Disney projects that you are working on, which is Hércules, the remake, because I think it has been some controversy because the Russo said that it will be influenced by TikTok. So, yeah, I would like you to please explain me that.
I can't explain anything. People just say things, and then I spend my time going, what? Why did you say that? I don't know. I think people just, social media can make one comment just explode all over the place. I really don't know what that means, and I'm not taking it that seriously. But I am glad that people are thinking about Hercules and how to make it an effective movie, and I absolutely am open to anything that will make it, jump to a live action medium in the most effective way possible. The main thing that's going on with Hercules right now for me is a stage musical, which is about to open this spring, and it's going to open internationally. Very excited about that.
Yeah, it will be great too. So, okay, let's go with Disenchanted, because
Please,
you're becoming an expert on working in projects that are remakes or interpretations or sequels of projects that you have done before. So what's special about Enchanted?
Well, Enchanted, for me, the original was, the most amazing concept for a musical, which is that an animated ingenue, with all the world that she comes from, is transported into our modern world, which she's completely ill-equipped to understand. And that contrast between, that early Walt world and our world was fantastic. Going back to that world now, in a way, we sort of take the trip back again, because she's now in our world, but what she didn't count on is that in Andalasia, the fairy tale world she comes from, when you have a happily ever after, and then it's happy ever after. Here, there is no happily ever after. You have a happy moment, and then the next moment, which may not be so happy, and then your daughter grows up and she's becomes a normal teenage girl, and your husband is a workaholic or whatever it is, and you're trying to fix your life as she wants to go back. And of course, there's a lot of problems associated with going back, which people will experience when they watch the movie.
Yeah, and how did you approach it in order to create new songs when it has passed like 15 years?
Well, each of my projects have their own musical DNA, if you will. And the DNA of Enchanted always was the heart of Disney as a safe space, that space where nothing bad happens, or if anything bad happens, you fix it in the end, and it's always a happy ending. And so that pulls on the early Walt music. It pulls on all of the iterations of Disney, which, Disney is kind of a genre in and of itself. And so going back to it was really not very hard for me. I know what that world feels like and sounds like. And it was great getting back in the room with Stephen Schwartz. This is our fourth movie project together, first full score movie project together. And he's a dream collaborator. We have a great time. So we're able to bounce ideas off of each other. And it's reaching back into that beautiful bag of tricks that was Enchanted, and finding nice variations. The greatest thing is that we tried so hard to have a song for Nancy, Idina Menzel, first time around, and now we finally got a song for her in this version, I think, which is a really special moment.
Yeah, it is. Well, they are telling me that it's a wrap, but it has been incredible meeting you. So thank you very much, and congratulations, because the score is, again, amazing.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Have a nice day. How much responsibility did you feel when you knew that you were going to direct the sequel of such a beloved story?
I felt a lot of responsibility, but I blame myself because like I pursued this, and it was something that I wanted to make. Amy and I are friends, and I wanted to make a movie for her, and I wanted to work with Alan Menken and Steven Schwartz, and I knew that I was dealing with a very, very active fan base, and people have a lot of emotions and sentiment about this project. But honestly, I felt the same way with Hairspray. Like, there's so many people who have so many feelings, so many fans of the John Waters movie and of the musical. So I sort of just like threw the cards up in the air and said, I think I have something to say about this, and I think I can participate in this, and hopefully I don't let anybody down,
Yeah, so interesting. How has the Enchanted franchise changed through all these years?
Well, the first movie is a romantic comedy, and Giselle is a fish out of water, and it was the simplest, most perfect idea. Well, now she's not a fish out of water, and she is with the love of her life, and things aren't always perfect. And so, you're dealing with a completely different kind of movie, but it had to feel exactly the same for the fans. I needed it to feel exactly the same. So I just channeled inside of Giselle. And when you stick with who Giselle is, and you tell the story through her perspective, how she might think, it becomes much easier. Because I can make it then with optimism, with the bright colors, with the joy, because that's all Giselle.
Yeah, that's so cool. And well, one of the things that my generation really loves, because we watched the first one when we were kids, is all the references that were used. So in this one, you used a lot of references again. So which one was your favorite, the one that you wanted to really, really use?
In this movie? Well, it's all references, so it's hard to say. It's floor to ceiling. It would be like saying, what's your favorite piece of furniture? I was like, I need them all.
Yeah.
So, because the whole nature of Enchanted is to be a wink at Disney and at itself, I just put all of them in there. Everything. No matter where you look, there is a reference. It's sort of like, you know what I did? I did this weird thing where I remember there was a Harry Potter movie that Alfonso Cuarón made where I was always fascinated by the fact that he always had magic in the background, in the deep background. There was always this wonderful thing, so you were always surrounded by magic. I did that same thing, but I did it all with tropes. So sort of everywhere you look, there's some reference to something else Disney. So it was really, really fun. I mean, there's some really obvious ones, and then there's some less obvious ones.
Yeah, but I like your answer. And well, another great element is the music. You just said that you work with Alan. He's amazing. I just talked with him a few minutes ago. So how important is music in such a reinterpretation of fairy tales, which is Disenchanted?
Wait, what was the question?
How important music is
how important?
in a story
It's so important because music is such music is one of the building blocks of the entire Disney company. So, we all know and have Disney music and musicals ingrained in our lives. It's culturally just embedded in all of us. And so to have that be a significant part of it, especially the contribution of Alan Menken, who, Alan and Steven, have the most important Disney music from where I'm sitting since the Sherman Brothers before them. It was the most important. Honestly, it was there was Amy and there's the music, and that was it for me. That was the most important thing.
Eso es cruel.
Pero ha molado.